She's gorgeous! I can't believe an undisputed triple S-rank girl is working here.
She's my childhood friend. We've known each other for a long time, so I guess it's just easy for her to talk to me. A childhood promise can easily be brushed off and forgotten just by saying you don't remember. Very few people would actually blame you for breaking a promise made so long ago.
You know what? When I grow up...
That meadow from that day is so far back in my memory. I'd probably believe you if you told me it was all just a dream. But the wish hidden in those words was so pure. With my innocent childhood heart, I accepted her feelings without a second thought.
I think the guy with brown hair is my favorite. Isn't he just so elegant, sweet, and dreamy? I totally get it, but the other guy is so handsome. Oh, come on. You're such a sucker for a pretty face.
There are 2 male staff members working at this cafe. Apparently, arguing over which one of us is more attractive is the hot topic among our female customers right now. I don't know who started it, but recently, we've been even getting comments about it on the cafe's social media. I can take those dishes for you. Thank you so much for coming in today. And although I'm just an ordinary guy, it seems I'm presumptuously included in that debate. I'm Sana Arakawa. I'm a 24-year-old full-time employee and assistant manager at this branch of the national cafe chain, Coco Latte. Hearing a simple thank you from an elderly couple really warms my heart. It makes me feel like this is the true joy of working in customer service.
Look, he gives the same sweet smile to everyone. It totally makes sense why he's the most popular. Oh, you're right. A sweet, elegant guy with a refreshing smile. I might be into that.
Feeling someone staring, I glanced over and smiled, causing the college girls to whisper excitedly amongst themselves. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm glad they're having fun. It's not like any of them actually confessed to me, so I guess it's just a bit of harmless fun for them.
You're popular again today, Senna. It's so obvious that everyone loves you regardless of age or gender.
As I gathered the rest of the dishes from the return counter and headed back to the kitchen, the manager spoke to me. Not at all. I'm just trying my best to provide the most polite customer service I can.
Don't be so modest. I'm sure you'll be promoted to store manager right on schedule next year. You're so reliable.
Feeling a bit embarrassed by her praise, I started washing the dishes in the kitchen.
Are you really letting it go to your head just because you're liked by C-rank and unranked women?
Right after the manager left, Minaki Yukaba, a part-timer, spat those mocking words at me. He's 23, and although he apparently worked as a full-time employee once, he's just a part-timer now. He's obviously very good-looking, and as the other popular staff member the female customers were swooning over earlier. By the way, according to the manager, since I'm supposedly more popular with the customers, he sees me as a rival. All customers are equal. There's no higher or lower ranking. Stop judging and ranking them like that. His ranks are based on the female customers' appearances. He has the audacity to secretly judge and rate the looks of the women who come to the cafe. Did you follow the proper hand-washing procedure today?
Yeah, I know. Geez, you're like a nagging mother-in-law.
I constantly warn him about it, but he never shows even a hint of remorse. The spring breeze may be gentle, but with the start of the new school and work year, the cafe is incredibly busy right now. After dealing with the frantic daily rush of customers, and somehow surviving the peak of Golden Week, one day...
I'm Shizune Hanafusa. It's nice to meet you.
She's gorgeous! I can't believe an undisputed triple S-rank girl is working here.
The new part-timer introduced to us was Shizune Hanafusa, a college freshman. Minaki is fidgeting next to me. I bet he's already rudely ranked her in his head.
As we discussed before, Senna, I'll leave her training to you.
Understood. Shizune, could you come see me after this? We need to get ready to open.
Yes, I'm looking forward to working with you.
I'm not in a position to be getting distracted. Shaking off my momentary distraction, I refocused, and, as the assistant manager, started preparing for opening with her.
Thank you for waiting. Here's your carbonara and cold brew iced coffee.
And so, Shizune began working here about 3 times a week. It seems she was a frequent customer at other Coco Latte locations. Since she's also a fast learner, she immediately became a huge asset to the team. Her cool, calm responses, combined with her outstanding beauty, quickly became the talk of the town, drawing in more and more customers every day. However, you pick up things so fast, it's a huge help. It's only been a week, and you're already doing great.
Not at all. It's my job, so I need to be able to work independently as soon as possible.
When I called out to Shizune as she returned to the kitchen, she gave me a salt smile and an honest, humble reply. That's right, the cool demeanor she shows others softens considerably when she's with me. The truth is, Shizune is actually my childhood friend. I was so surprised when the manager told me you'd be working here. Your greeting was so businesslike, I actually felt a bit sad thinking you might have forgotten about me.
We haven't played together since you went to middle school, after all. I remembered you, but I figured it would be inappropriate to get all excited about our reunion while we were on the clock.
By the way, she only speaks formally and calls me Senna like that because we're at work. Outside of work, we talk to each other casually. Regardless, I'm just glad you remembered me. I can't believe how much that innocent little girl has grown up. Back in the day, we used to run around the meadows, get covered in mud in the sandbox, and play until the sun went down. It feels so surreal to be working alongside her at the same job now.
Don't just praise me. If I do something wrong, please don't hesitate to point it out, okay?
I definitely would if there were any, but you learn everything after I show you just once, so there's not much for me to do. Shizune glared at me with a cute, embarrassed pout, looking as though she wanted to say something, before heading back to work.
Let me help you with that. It's old, so it's a bit tricky to close.
While we were closing up that night, Minaki called out to Shizune, who was struggling to close the roller blinds.
Thank you. The rope and gears keep catching, so I couldn't get it to close.
I'm your senior, so it's really no problem. Give me a sec. Alright, all done. Oh, by the way, Shizune, would you like to grab something to eat with me after this? I can help you out with anything you're unsure about at work, and I know this great hidden gem of a restaurant. It's on me.
Thank you, but I have a first period class at university tomorrow, so I'm planning to go home early. I appreciate the thought, though. Well then, I still have some tasks left to do.
Giving a flawless polite rejection, Shizune walked away. Completely unaware of their exchange, I walked over to Minaki. Minaki, did you check the fridge temperatures? The log is...
I'm the better looking one here. Don't get too cocky.
Huh? What's this all of a sudden?
I'm talking about Shizune. You're always acting so chummy with her. You're not actually aiming for her, are you? You said before that you have no intention of getting a girlfriend, right?
She's my childhood friend. We've known each other for a long time, so I guess it's just easy for her to talk to me. It's true that I told him I have no intention of getting a girlfriend, and have never had one, but that's really none of his business.
Childhood friends? Oh, I see. That explains it. In that case, you definitely need to stop getting carried away. She's a super rare triple S rank, you know.
Still spouting that nonsense? Minaki, make sure you never say that to her face. It's extremely disrespectful. Seeing that Shizune was clearly more relaxed and friendly around me, Minaki was seething with jealousy. Sighing at Minaki as he hastily scribbled on the temperature log and stormed off, I went back to my closing duties. Minaki may have said that, but that's no reason for me to stop talking to Shizune. It had been a month since we reunited. After texting back and forth, Shizune and I were now at a family restaurant for a meal. You never came to the cafe when I was on shift, did you? So I was really shocked when I saw your resume. What made you decide to work at this specific branch?
The reason is, I like cocoa latte. I've never been to this specific location before, but it's close to my university.
Ah, I see. Well, anyway, I'm really glad to see you again.
Honestly, I didn't think you'd even remember me, Senna.
You were so innocent, cute, and attached to me. There's no way I could forget you.
Now I completely understand why they say you're a natural-born flirt.
Just then, our food arrived, naturally shifting our conversation to the meal.
The greedy plate? I was wondering what that was, but it's just a kid's meal for adults?
Don't laugh. I like it, so what's the problem? The curry's mild anyway.
You still like such cute meals even as an adult.
Pressing our hands together and saying itadakimasu, we started eating. Even the simple way Shizuka brought the beef stew to her mouth was so elegant. I was struck yet again by how much she had grown up. After finishing our meal, we played crane games at a nearby arcade, and even went bowling. The things we do for fun are completely different from back then. We no longer run around or get covered in mud. Want to play in the sandbox before we head home?
Do you want to?
Nah, I'll pass. Still, one thing remained the same. I realized that the time I spent with her is just as much as fun as it always was. I had a really great time hanging out with you today. Thanks for inviting me. We walked along the road heading home, bathed in the glow of the setting sun. I was currently walking Shizune home. I heard from my parents that you were really popular in middle and high school, yet I got to monopolize you all to myself today.
But you're super popular with the female customers too, aren't you, Senna?
Well, I am grateful for it, but that's a bit different from being popular in that sense. Thinking about it, even though we knew each other, the time we spent apart is actually longer than the time we spent together. But I still remember you clearly, Shizune. Of course, I don't remember absolutely everything though. We used to play tag, look for secret bases in the park, and run around in the meadows together. My memories aren't perfectly clear, but if I try to recall them, they all start flooding back. It was over a decade ago, so I only remember bits and pieces. Still, I've decided to cherish the memories I do have left. That's why... Shizune? Is something wrong? I glanced at her and saw that her face was glowing bright red, just like the sunset resting on the horizon.
No, it's nothing. My house is right around here, so thank you for today. See you later.
Now an adult, she usually acts so cool and collected around everyone but me. But right now, she seems unusually flustered. I didn't mention that I was pretty sure her house wasn't around here. I just quietly watched her run off, her back illuminated by the setting sun.
Hey Shizune, how about we go grab some food after this? You mentioned before that you like beef stew, right? I found a really great place.
At the end of a shift one day, under a deep blue evening sky, Minaki called out to Shizune as she was clocking out.
Minaki, thank you for the invitation. However, I've already prepared my dinner at home for tonight. I'm sorry.
Wait, then could you at least hear how I feel? The moment you walked into this cafe, I fell in love with you at first sight. I never seen anyone as beautiful as you. Working with you, I realized how serious and hardworking you are. I thought about how happy I would be if I could spend my time with someone as amazing as you. I'll do whatever it takes for you, so please, won't you reconsider?
Thank you. I appreciate you saying all that. But I'm sorry. While I'm glad to hear how you feel, I can't return your feelings.
Is that because you like Senna?
Shizune closed her mouth and stared straight at Minaki. She was clearly on guard against his intrusive question.
I don't even need to ask. The expressions you make at him and the warmth in your voice are completely different from everyone else. They say you're childhood friends, and looking at how you act, it's pretty obvious. But you really shouldn't.
Shouldn't? What grounds do you have to say something like that?
Curious? That guy's fairly popular with the customers, so you think he's a total chick magnet, right? But the truth is, he's never actually had a girlfriend, you know? Even his kindness toward you is just his usual natural-born flirting. Expecting him to actually like you is just a waste of time. Even if you somehow gather the courage to confess to him, he has no intention of going out with you. I just don't want to get you hurt. What do you say? It's a lost cause anyway. Why not choose me instead?
Minaki lined up his seemingly caring words to make a plausible argument. Taking a deep breath, Shizune glared at him and replied,
Even if he rejects me, I still like Senna. Over a decade has passed. We've both grown up, and some things have changed. Still, the memories I have with him remain a warm comfort in my heart. His kindness and big heart that I loved back then are still very much a part of who he is. I have no intention of giving up on my feelings for him, so please stop butting in where you don't belong.
We need to stop clinging to your past fantasies and focus on the present. I can make you happier then.
Stop bothering Shizune, Minaki. Just as their argument was starting to escalate, I sat between them. I was working alone after closing when I overheard them fighting.
Senna, what is it? First you eavesdrop on my confession, and now you're interrupting?
You sounded like you were arguing. Can't you see you're making her uncomfortable?
Haha, I don't need relationship advice from someone who's never had a girlfriend. Are you just acting nice to girls so you can soak up their attention and stroke your own ego?
That's not it at all. Being polite and kind to customers is simply the right thing to do.
Oh, really? Then maybe the reason you don't have a girlfriend is because you actually have some major personality flaws.
The reason I've never had a girlfriend is because I have a very important promise to keep. That's right. It's not like I haven't received affection from women before. However, the reason I've never tried to get a girlfriend is because I have my own reasons for it.
A promise? No. What is that? A promise not to get a girlfriend? That makes no sense. If that's true, when exactly did you make this promise that kept you from ever getting a girlfriend?
I have no obligation to tell you that. It's not something I just go around blabbing to people.
Whatever it is, it's an old promise with no contract. There's no guarantee the other person will even keep their word, right? I've broken tons of promises before, and it never caused me any real problems. Sorry, something came up. I was busy. I didn't think you'd remember. A promise is such a fragile thing. It can be completely erased with just a few simple words.
His habit of secretly ranking women was hard enough for me to understand, but this new insight into his values was something I couldn't sympathize with at all.
Since you've never had a girlfriend, I thought maybe you just hated women. Or thought they'd get in the way of your career. I never imagined it would be such a cliche reason. I guess it fits your serious personality. Getting dragged around by something so pointless to keep. Your life must be a miserable struggle. It's quite pathetic.
I think the one who's truly pathetic is you, who can't even fathom the feelings and wishes tied to a promise.
Huh?
It's true there's no contract, and a promise isn't a legal binding. So I have no intention of forcing anyone to keep a promise. But I personally don't want to break mine. Keeping promises is the first step to being a decent member of society, and a decent human being. I believe it builds trust. Of course, I know that not every broken promise comes from a place of dishonesty. Still, I've always kept the promises I could, and because of that, I've earned the company's trust and been promoted right on schedule. It might even be the reason why a regular guy like me is more popular than a conventionally handsome guy like you. You frequently slack off and ignore the store rules, but those rules are essentially promises to our employer and our customers. If you take them lightly just because there are no immediate penalties, it's going to catch up with you eventually. Regardless of the type of promise, the way you treat it shows your true character, doesn't it? Did my words finally make him realize what it means to carelessly break promises? Did it hit a nerve? Clicking his tongue in frustration, he stormed out without another word.
Senna?
I'm sorry, Shizune. I should have noticed sooner. He didn't do anything terrible to you, did he?
No. You saved me, thank you.
Don't mention it. Well, I'm off the clock now too, so should we head back together? I'll walk you home. I smiled to reassure her, feeling nostalgic as I remember rescuing her like this when we were kids. No matter how many times I had to repeat the same warnings or how poorly he reacted, I never gave up on trying to teach him. I always hoped that my words would somehow finally get through to him.
Minaki, what in the world is the meaning of this?
2 weeks after that night, our Cocoa Latte branch was suddenly forced to temporarily close, and
Don't tell me you've been doing this the whole time.
No,
Minaki was called in by the manager and severely reprimanded. I was also present at her request. The reason for her sudden closure was an outbreak of norovirus food poisoning inside the cafe. The only food the victims had in common was what we served them here. Therefore, it was highly likely that Cocoa Latte's food and drinks were the cause. We couldn't open until the source was identified. When they ran tests, only Minaki tested positive for the exact same strain of norovirus. Upon questioning him, the manager discovered a shocking truth.
I can't believe you haven't been following the hand-washing procedures at all. What do you think working in the food service industry is all about?
That's right. It turned out he had been neglecting the proper hand-washing protocols. It all started that night. Furious at being lectured by me in front of Shizune, Minaki was consumed by unprecedented jealousy and hatred.
Promises. What an idiot.
On the days I wasn't on shift, he blatantly ignored all my previous instructions, purely out of spite. This foolish rebellion included skipping proper hand washing, an unforgivable act for a food service worker. He continued to break the rules because I wasn't there to watch him. As a result, he caused a food poisoning outbreak and forced the cafe into a temporary shutdown.
Since you had no symptoms, it can't be helped you didn't realize you were carrying the virus. So it wasn't intentional, and since it's a highly contagious virus, it's sometimes impossible to prevent completely. However, if you neglected the hand-washing rules and hygiene protocols, that's an entirely different story. The 3 principles of food poisoning prevention and the hand-washing procedures are posted in the back room, aren't they? Did you stop to think that skipping hand-washing could lead to someone getting food poisoning from what you serve them?
I hate being dirty too. It's not like I didn't wash them at all. But it's super rare for someone to get sick just because you skip washing your hands every now and then. There are people who eat without washing their hands at all. It's just bad luck that someone happened to catch it this time.
Because of your bad luck, there are people suffering from severe symptoms for days. On top of that, customers will stay away out of fear of getting sick. I can't believe you didn't even understand why hand-washing rules are so strictly enforced in the restaurant industry. When you first started working here, you worked incredibly hard, just like you promised in your interview. So I was impressed, thinking you truly reformed your ways. But it seems your true nature hasn't changed at all.
The truth was, after graduating college, Minaki had joined a company, broken their rules, faced disciplinary action, and subsequently quit. Having quit his job in less than a year, he struggled to find new employment. He sold himself to our manager, promising to work hard this time, and got a job at this cafe.
You are the only one who tested positive for this specific strain of norovirus, and your sloppy hygiene practices have come to light. Setting the authorities aside, we have no choice but to hold you responsible for this incident.
No way. Over something so trivial.
Minaki, you look absolutely devastated, but the ones truly suffering are the customers. They trusted our cafe to uphold our promises when they came to eat, only to be struck with illness. Don't you think it's a bit presumptuous for you to be the one acting devastated?
Ugh!
Sena is completely right. Honestly, I was a fool to believe in your enthusiasm. If you can't even stand by your own promises, you haven't even taken the first step toward being a functional adult, let alone shown any remorse. Rules and promises come in all shapes and sizes, but they are all essential measures of trust. You're fired. Depending on corporate's decision, we may take legal action, so be prepared for that.
As a result of taking company rules lightly, Minaki lost his job for the second time. The true weight of what he had so easily dismissed came crashing down on him. He could only hang his head in absolute silence. Afterward, the cafe slapped Minaki with a lawsuit for damages. He began living off wealthy women as a sugar baby, cycling through days of having his meals and lodging paid for. However,
No, wait! Listen to me!
while juggling multiple women, he broke a promise to celebrate her birthday, igniting a fiery, jealous rage in one of them.
Help me!
He tried calling his friends for help, but his habitual promise breaking left him with zero trust among them. Pushed to the absolute brink, not a single person reached out a hand to save him.
When I grow up, I want to marry you, Senna.
This happened when Shizune was only 5 years old. We were playing house in the sandbox when she suddenly hit me with that innocent smile and said those words. Okay, sure, but marriage? You're rushing things, Shizune. Back then, Shizune was just like a cute little sister to me, so there was no deep meaning behind my reply. However,
You know what? When I grow up, I'm gonna marry you, Senna.
almost a year passed, and Shizune voiced her wish once again. That's when I thought about it. Maybe that promise is a precious treasure to her. Alright, if you still like me when you turn 20, let's get married then. How does that sound? I said that while busily weaving a crown of white clover to hide my embarrassment. I then gently placed it on Shizune's head. A childhood promise can easily be brushed off and forgotten just by saying you don't remember. Very few people would actually blame me for breaking a promise made so long ago.
Yeah, it's a promise, Senna.
But the wish hidden in those words was so pure. With my innocent childhood heart, I accepted her feelings without a second thought, and I made a vow to myself. I must never forget. But as I grew older, I began to realize that her promise lacked any grounding in reality. If Shizune forgot her promise and dated someone else, I would be lonely, but it couldn't be helped. I thought that would be perfectly fine. But what if Shizune remembers it, and I'm the one who breaks it? That sacred promise would twist into a curse, piercing her heart deeply. She was the one who suggested it, but I was the one who made the promise. I wanted the wish of the girl I cherished like a sister to remain pure and beautiful. That's why, even when I was confessed to, I never got a girlfriend and just kept waiting for her. Time flew by, and 2 years had already passed since Shizune started working at Coco Latte.
I've always liked you, Senna. Please go out with me.
I've since become the store manager, taking over the cafe and continuing to work here. One day, Shizune, who had just turned 20, asked to talk. She brought me out here and confessed to me. Right. You've already turned 20. She told me the reason she always acted so cool towards everyone else was so she wouldn't lead anyone on.
Huh?
The memory felt so distant, it could have been a dream. And maybe our younger selves hadn't fully grasped the reality of this day ever coming either. Crossing over time, I placed another crown of white clover on her head. I had made it just before coming here. Okay, sure. I think that's what I said. My memory of that part is a little fuzzy.
When you said you had a promise to keep, I wondered if maybe you actually remembered.
I wonder. Keeping a promise is a given, but maybe, because so much time has passed, there's some promises you make, hoping they'll never be forgotten. It wouldn't have been strange if we had forgotten, but it never disappeared from either of our hearts. I guess it really was a treasure to me too. Shizune, thank you. If you'll have me, I'll be honored. The innocent promise we made that day still shines brightly in our hearts. And now, until the day we make the biggest promise of our lives, marriage, it's only a matter of time.
Aww, I loved that. Sometimes I don't like childhood friend stories. I don't know what hits and what doesn't, but this one, I really liked it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed as well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!